As a kid, I don't remember what age I was, my parents bought me a square bit of frustration, a Rubik's Cube. You know, one of those cubes with different colored sides that you can twist and turn. Intrigued and inspired, I scrambled it up, only to find out that getting it sorted again was next to impossible. I tried many times, spread out over a few days, maybe weeks, but couldn't get more than one or two faces solved again. Any further steps would mess the cube up again. There was no YouTube to be taught the algorithms needed for the solution. And I didn't find a book in the library either. It just wasn't there. And I guess I did not have the patience to find the algorithm myself. Heck, I didn't even know there would be one to look for. So I gave up trying to solve it. But not after taking the darn thing apart and putting it back together, trying it again, and doing the same thing quite a few more times. Eventually, I just lost interest completely. I can't remember where that cube ended up. Well, I don't miss it either. Good riddance. I saw the same thing happening a few years ago with my daughter. She was given a cube, can't remember who gave it to her. Wasn't me. I wouldn't do that to a kid. Oh well, her cube ended up in a box of unused and unloved toys. She forgot which box. So when my son picked up an interest in the Rubik's Cube recently, we knew there was one in the house, but not where it was. It was the missing cube. Looking for a cube in flea markets and second-hand stores didn't yield a cube either. They have become quite hard to find, I guess. And I wasn't going to buy a new one, knowing there had to be one in the box somewhere. But eventually the box was found. The cube turned up. My daughter was willing to part with it, and my son started the process of experiencing the exact same frustration that I found decades before. What else could be expected? But today we have YouTube, and YouTube is full of cubes. Films about building the largest functioning Rubik's Cube in the world, and building the smallest one. Films about weird cubes with many more spaces than just the original 3x3x3. Or different shapes, which then of course aren't cubes at all. And films about solving cubes fast. Man, some kids are fast. Seconds fast, not minutes fast. And films about robots solving cubes and setting records. What about a film about someone solving cubes while juggling them? And then there is the education. Education about the few simple algorithms with which you can simply solve your scrambled cube in a few well-described steps. This means, of course, the cube is now solved. Unscrambled, put right, restored, devoid of chaos, sorted, finalized, and of course put in a box, never to be touched again. The decades-long period of lingering frustration has been ended, and the misconception of unsolvability has been lifted. It's done. It's over. It's finished at last. As a celebration of the Rubik's Cube, we made one that never can be solved. An unmovable, scrambled copy of a moment in time where the solution was still evading us. A snapshot of lingering chaos. One that can be a place for new life to arise. One that provides a safe place for birds to procreate, rather than one that frustrates the living daylights out of innocent people. Hanging there as a reminder of what came before. As part of the Birdhouse Challenge of 2016, organized by Gidney of Summer's Woodworking YouTube channel, we made a birdhouse shaped as a Rubik's Cube and painted to reflect the unsolvable chaos that is now just a distant memory. This video was a collaboration with the whole Coulson family. My son helped me make the birdhouse, my wife painted it, my daughter did the editing. I guess this is the story how a frustrating piece of plastic brought our family together in a single project. Of course, I want to thank my wife and kids for their help and their existence in my life. I want to thank the YouTube community for the constant stream of inspiration. I want to thank my about 450 subscribers for their views, their likes and comments. I want to thank Gidney for hosting awesome challenges each year. And I want to thank the sponsors of these competitions for providing prizes. I want to thank Google for keeping YouTube around so we can learn how to solve cubes and enjoy the great content this maker community puts out continuously. And finally, I want to thank Ernio Rubik, the Hungarian inventor, architect and professor of architecture, who was born July 13th, 1944, and who invented several mechanical puzzles, including the Rubik's Cube in 1974. Without this invention, this video would never have existed, and this story would never have been told. I guess I would have made something else. I would have come up with a different idea to enter the Birdhouse Contest with. That gets me thinking, what would I have come up with? Well, that'll be my entry next year. If you want to be notified of that video next year, and of the videos that I will upload in the period leading up to that, please subscribe. And don't forget to tell YouTube to notify you of new uploads. I appreciate a like and a share. Also, please do comment on my video. I love to hear your Rubik's story, or just your feedback. I try to reply to all comments. Thanks for watching.